So the four-star players, they have been on the trade block between Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and Donovan Mitchell. We have an update between two of them. Let's begin with Kyrie Irving. The reports is that he wants to stay in Brooklyn. He wants to play out his contract this upcoming season as a net with or without Kevin Durant, which is interesting because of course he's been on the trade block. The Nets, they are not willing to give him an extension even though he wants one. He wants to stay in Brooklyn despite the fact that he has been on the trade block, specifically going to LA, joining forces with LeBron once again, but this time as a Laker. However, trade talks have slowed down because LA, they're not willing to give up an additional first-round pick, as Brooklyn, they want two of those if they're willing to part ways with Kyrie and take on Russell Westbrook and his contract. And as talented as Kyrie Irving is, he has not received much interest because of how unpredictable he is as a person. And as of right now, it's looking like he's going to stay in Brooklyn this upcoming season. Meanwhile, Donovan Mitchell, it's looking like he's not going to stay in Utah because he is receiving even more interest. Of course, it was between the Knicks and the Heat that shown the most interest. Then all of a sudden, the Cavs have possibly been an interest, but now the list has grown. So here are more teams that have interest in Donovan Mitchell: the Charlotte Hornets, Sacramento Kings, the Atlanta Hawks, and the Washington Wizards, along with the Toronto Raptors, which is interesting. So I don't think Atlanta will make sense anymore because they made the trade for DeJounte Murray. Washington does have the young pieces and draft capital, but him and Bradley Beal on the same team, that's interesting to say the least. As for Sacramento, they have the young players and draft capital, but Utah without a doubt will be asking for at least De'Aaron Fox. And as for Toronto, the Utah Jazz, of course, they will be asking for Scotty Barnes in that trade. And same thing for the Hornets. Utah, they want LaMelo Ball in that trade if they're going to give up Donovan Mitchell. So the team that makes the most sense is the New York Knicks because they have 8 first-round picks for the foreseeable future. And of course, Utah, they want the majority of that. And Donovan Mitchell, he is from New York. So it makes sense for both sides. But again, we have to wait and see as to whether or not the Knicks, they will be willing to pull the trigger. That's all for now, you guys. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share with others, as I'll see you guys next time.